crafters, thanks for joining me here in the attic. So pull up a chair, grab your favorite beverage, and we'll get to crafting and memory keeping. Today we're going to start part 3 in our mystical romance journal. Last time for part 2, we added the elastic to put in our signature, and I wanted to clarify a little bit on this elastic because I did have some questions about that. For this elastic, I bought this as a pack of multi-sized at Hobby Lobby here in the States, but I did do some research just to double check what size this was. My eyelets are 1/8 inch eyelets, so I had to have elastic that was smaller than that. And this elastic is 1/16 or 1.5 millimeters. It could be marked either way depending on who is selling that. So again, this is 1/16 of an inch elastic or 1.5 millimeter. I will have that down in the description box if you have any more questions about that. And we also added our pocket that our folio will fit into. So for part 3, we're going to be cutting out all the pockets, flaps, belly bands, and such that will go on each one of the base pages. And I will update the cutting guide for this in the Ko-fi shop. So if you've downloaded that cutting guide so far, what I have been doing is each week updating that as we went along with the new cutting instructions for this part. This will be the last part of the cutting guide instructions. So let's get on to making part 3 of the Mystical Romance Journal. So for the rest of the album, I'm going to be going ahead and cutting out all the pieces for each one of the base pages. I will have that listed in the cutting guide. I will mark them with letters and numbers for corresponding pages and match up. And when we go back and add them in, you'll see how I'm talking about. So starting with base page 1, I want to cut 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 6 1/4, and I'm labeling those A1 and A2. I'll just paper clip those together. And then for our next 2 pieces, they'll be B1 and B2. We're cutting those at 4 by 6 1/4, 2 of them. And then we're going to score these on the 4-inch side at a 1/2 inch. And again on the 4-inch side at a 1/2 inch. Burnish these. And I'll go ahead and miter these corners to take off some bulk. Paper clip these together and set those aside. For C1 and C2, we're going to do the same thing. 4 by 6 1/4. Cut 2 of those. Score on the 4-inch side at 1/2 inch. Half inch. Fold these. Miter the corners. And mark these C1 and C2. For our next two pieces, D1 and D2, were cut at 1.5 by 6 1/4. Cut 2 of those. No need to score. These are going to be tuck pockets. So D1 and D2, set those aside. For E1 and 2, I cut a square that was 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then I cut diagonally from corner to corner to make 2 pockets. So I'm labeling those E1 and E2. And lastly, for F1 and 2, cutting 2 pieces at 6 3/4 by 2 1/4. And you're going to score both of these pieces at the 6 3/4 side at 1/2 inch, flip it, and 1/2 inch, and do that same thing on the second piece. 1/2 inch, flip, 1/2 inch. We're going to cut these at an angle, and this will be F1 and F2. Now that we've got all our pieces cut out, I'm going to go ahead and ink around all the edges with the aged mahogany, and then I'll come back and we'll start putting these flaps and pockets in and matting our pages. I've gotten all my pieces inked up and I'm ready to start adding them to the base pages and starting the decorating process. I'm going to stop here for part 3. We will add these pieces and do the decorating in part 4. So be sure to hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I put up any new content. Don't forget, I am doing a giveaway here on my YouTube channel for the month of February and March. All my videos, any comments you make will enter you into the giveaway that I will be doing on April 1st. So be sure to comment. The more you comment, the better chance you have of winning. And so until I see y'all again here in the attic, y'all take care.